Well then, this is the start of a day to remember in this FC Pro Open World Championship. The first of its kind, a $1 million tournament that's been playing out across these last 4 days here in Berlin, the home in Germany. And there are 8 players left, all from different parts of the world. And they've certainly all been on very different journeys. The only player that's been in this scenario before is Vergang. It was a top 8 last year. The difference is, though, Gravison, that I want to speak about, the players that he has lost to, and there's not many of them for Anders, they're all not here. Levi Finn, he's not here. Johnny, he's not here. He beat him yesterday. PH in, the arch enemy from the FC Pro Open Final, he's not here. He got eliminated. Oberon, he's not even here this year. This could be one of the best brackets he has, and maybe biggest chances to go the full way.
Well, thought that was going to be a penalty, but yeah, as we know, Oberon is a really good friend of HHezerS, so probably in the hotel they did have a little chat about the way he can beat Anders, because probably Oberon is one of the toughest players for Anders. But I do feel like Oberon's game style is so different from HHezerS, it cannot apply really.
Yeah, I also think like Anders just don't like to play against Oberon. I don't know why, but I think he's the best opponent against Anders. He's every time doing really well. But as you said, Gravison, he's playing so different to HHezerS. He's just a different player. Also, if he's friend with Oberon, also if he's from the same country, but still, like, it's just so crazy different. And I think HHezerS can't adapt to play like Oberon just for this game.
I think one thing on that as well, Graus, in the same breath, is the reason why Oberon always gives him a good game is because you're playing a mental battle when you play against Vergang. Whether he might be doing a celebration in game, or he might be just trying to press you like mad in different scenarios. A lot of players can deal with 45 in-game minutes of that, 60 minutes in-game of that. Some players can't deal with 2 legs of that, as what we saw last year, and Oberon was able to do that. He didn't crack, he was there, he stood strong. Here comes Anders now, wins himself his first corner. The question is HHezerS going to be able to also stay calm and collect it? Maybe not. 10 minutes in, and it's the aerial pass that comes back to Horn. HHezerS in this scenario, it's his first corner. It's Erling Haaland, it's time green, you know what that's all about. It's been a constant meta so far this year in FC 24, and we're seeing it again on the biggest of stages.
And this all comes from a good press from Anders. I think this is something we've been talking about from group stage, yesterday with the round of 16, and now with quarterfinals again. It all came with the press. He player switched into the midfield, intercepted a pass, and then he got a chance. It was a corner, and he scored. But again, Umut, I feel like we're talking about this every single time, but he presses so good with Hullit, with Bellingham, and he takes the ball back.
Yeah, that's the point we mention all the time, that yeah, he was doing that really great. Also, the corner after that was really great, but as you said, he just get these shots only because his pressure, only because he pressures so well, and it's so hard to get in his half. Like, now we see HHezerS also playing again, but it's hard to play. Like, you see, no one is free. It's so hard to play against Anders. He's so good in pressure, and if he's confident, if he knows what he's doing, if his player switching is perfect, it's so hard to score.
Well, I caught up with an interesting conversation before we went live at the minute, and it was HHezerS basically saying, bro, I heard you commentating yesterday against Levi Finn, and you didn't, you know, you disrespected me, his words were. Obviously, he forgot the obvious fact that Levi Finn is your teammate of RB Leipzig, gave me finesse from distance! Calm down! We've only just got started! And there's Vergang 2-0 up, and time green finesse from 30+ yards. That is a way to introduce yourself to this championship finals day.
I'm confident this is the first time I've seen Anders finesse from that distance. I don't know, it seems like it's always inside the box for a green time, but this time he went for a finesse with Saka, Crystal Plus.
Yeah, of course, I also know like how Anders prepared for this tournament, and he just started to learn new things. He just started the first goal. In the last year, he would never score a corner goal, never. He just played every corner short, and everyone was telling him, you need to learn corners, and also you need like to learn the play styles, because you have to learn this year. The play styles in EAFC are so important, and you can see with Saka, such an easy goal, just green time finish in the right position, to do that crazy well.
This is a brilliant storyline about Anders not only playing the game at its best, but learning play styles.
Yeah.
And when he's managing that and corners as well, is someone gonna be able to stop him? I don't think so.
Well, you probably saw it. Chance starts coming in, so he's not going to be on for a third, is he? Well played, a little bit of goalkeeper movement there from HHezerS was needed. Otherwise it could have been 3-0 down in 20 minutes. Quick corner comes in, Adam Militao able to stop him. Just wanted to talk a bit more about Anders' team because it was spoken about a lot. I mean, look, it's an interesting back line, but before we went live today, Graves, you said it's got to be one of the best defensive lines we've seen. I mean, Hoslu's in as a right back. Yeah, that is Hoslu, the striker. John Stones comes across as a left back, and it's Canate and Virgil van Dijk. Could be a chance for 3! This is dangerous now for HHezerS. He's 3-0 down in 22 minutes. He can't move. He can't function. He just can't even get a hold of this game.
You were talking about defenses, and in this instance, he was using McTominay as a right back, who's probably not the quickest one, maybe.
Yeah.
He got up right out of position.
But Graf, you also see the timing of Van Dijk. Exactly in the moment where HHezerS takes Van Dijk and wants to go on his player. Exactly in this moment, he just passed, and this timing is just crazy.
Just saw a few shots there as well. Anders Vergang's mum in the crowd. She can't be more proud of what her son's been able to achieve across the last number of years since he's been eligible to compete in this scene. 11 years of age is when he played in his first tournament out in Denmark. He was travelling around sport tools, competing for controllers, headsets, keyboards, anything but money. This time he's playing for a jackpot of $250,000 at just 18 years of age. Still a long way away from it, but the win here, it'll be $70,000 guaranteed with the top 4 in this year's World Championship. Is he on for a 4th? Reverse Astakara into a 4-0 lead, and we haven't even hit the 30th minute. HHezerS could just laugh. That's all he can do at this point.
What can you do, really? He did everything. This is the 4th goal. It's the 4th different kind of goal. So we got a corner, we got a finesse, we got also a counter-attack, and now you got a play in which we recycle, pass it back over Elastic on score. He did everything, 4 different goals.
And you see him just saying, I'm so good, and he's also pushing himself, and he just played perfect. As you asked me before that match, the last days, did Anders play perfect? I said, I think yes, and now he's playing perfect again. It's just 30 minutes, and he's leading 4-0. It's just crazy.
How do you think he comes into these games as a teammate of him for quite a few years now? And he just seems numb to the pressure of this game. Where we are here in Berlin, the crowd, it just seems like he's in his own world and he can just zone in.
Yeah, he loves this pressure. I mean, like, I think if he would play this match online, just at his home, I think he would play much, much worse. He wouldn't play at that level. But if he has this crowd, if he has this motivation to play, he's just unstoppable, and he's so good. And it's
surely not enough. Maka makes it 5-0 in this quarterfinal.
Really, what else can you do if you're HHezerS? Just laugh about it, because how he opens up the angle with the ball roll, it's crazy. And again, the play styles,
yeah,
they come into play. Not only the finances come into play, the trivelas. Now he's been able to just control dribble with Saka inside the area, open up the angle with a ball roll. Again, another goal. It's just, what amazes me is 5 different kind of goals. So different, and it seems like he's dominated everything, really.
Yeah, I mean, he learned everything now. I think the only one that he's not using that much, if you also look at his center mids, we don't have any player with long ball. Gullit and Bellingham both don't have the long ball trait, so he never use it. So that's the only thing that he could learn, maybe, but he's playing perfect also without that. So I think he don't need to learn that.
I think that was the first shot we've seen from HHezerS.
First one, yeah.
In this quarter-final. Went to corner.
Let's go.
I mean, dare to ask, you in a quarter-final, Gravis, you're 5-0 down in 35 minutes to try and keep yourself together mentally and not crack. And I mean, look, there's an obvious task in front of your screen that you're playing Anders and he's got a 5-0 lead against you. I've never seen him drop a 5-0 lead.
Never. I mean, Umut always talks about this, how if you constant press against Anders, you'll consider a lot of goals. And you can see that HHezerS is panicking now at the moment. Not only because of the driven passes he's made, but the first time shot from Cruyff didn't make any sense really as well. So, I mean, the pressure can get to you. You're here in the biggest stage, probably the biggest game of your life. You played it against Anders, this version of Anders. The pressure can get to you.
But Ralph, if you would be honest, would you change anything? I mean, it's perfect, but you don't need to do anything more. You just don't need to score that many goals. You just need to be clean sheet. Normally, you also could hold more possession, but would you change anything? Would you change your playstyle or play the same?
I'll play the same if I'm Anders, because he's playing well. Not only he's playing well, HHezerS has only shot once, and it was the first time, which didn't make any sense, really. So why changing things? You're playing perfect FC at the moment. You're leading 5-0. You gotta keep going.
Well, he said yesterday in an interview with Case after the game that he wanted revenge for his teammate in Levy Finn. And I'll tell you what, he might have just got revenge and a bit more than that. Yes, there's still plenty more time to play. 9-minute halves this year. Chance for R9, went for a power shot. And to answer that question as well, but what you would change, I think we know Anders here. All he's going to do is just try and double that lead.
He will never stop.
Try and make it even more convincing than it already is. Nice step over HHezerS. This has to go. It does. It's a building block. Yes, potentially an impossible task in front of him. But a goal before half-time will just regain something, Gravis, in the final third to be like, look, I'm in the top 8 for a reason. I'm in this game. There's still a lot of time to be played.
You can see Anders' applause. Sportsmanship given to HHezerS because it was a beautiful goal, and again it was a beautiful use of the playstyles. The first touch, playstyle plus from R9, puts into the right position, the step over, then you open up the angle with a ball roll, and again the finesse as well because of the finesse playstyle plus. Again, brilliant goal, but he has to keep going. I feel like for the last 5 to 10 minutes, HHezerS is playing much better. He have a power shot as well, but it's just those first 15-20 minutes, they were too much for him to handle.
Yeah, I also think like HHezerS is crazy in the attack. I also could imagine like that he score more goals and that he also can score maybe 3 or 4 goals. But I think like that he don't concede any goal anymore against Anders in one half, 9 minutes per half, and he has to open, he has to press. I think that is not possible.
And still at 5-1.
He's angry. He's leading 5-1.
How can he not be happy with that performance? He still demands so much more from himself. 5-1 at the break, as we said. Anders Vergang is leading HHezerS. Guess what? We're not going to stop there, though, here at the FC Pro World Championship. We're going to kick off another quarter-final as well. He had all the support yesterday online, all the way in Morocco as well. We heard 20,000 Moroccans are watching on another stream. He's going to be in action, ex-Shareef against Abu Maka. Also, the Saudi fans, Grav, they love him. They feel like maybe he could be that next Asari coming through.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not only the way he's been playing these World Championships. Also, if we talk about FC Pro back in the days, just 6 months ago, I did some research. I didn't remember that he just was this close to beating PH in the quarterfinals.
But still, was there last year in the World Championship. So much to come from this game. Let's tease up now. It's ex-Shareef against Abu Maka next.
أطمح للجاي وأطمح إني أكون البطل وأكون الرقم 1 في العالم.
I'm on the top of the world.
Well, here they come then. As our other matches in half-time, we will welcome out our next quarter-finalists. Abu Maka representing Team Falcons and Saudi Arabia up against Raja Casablanca's finalists, Moroccan's finest, ex-Shareef, who has already been making waves online as well. He's already made history being the first Moroccan to play in a World Championship. And look, he's had to go the long way around here as well, Gravison. He wasn't given a 32-player ticket. He had to turn up and play in the play-ins, which meant he's played 4 more matches than anyone else in this competition.
I had the chance to talk to Fer, which is Nicolas's coach, just a few hours before the show started, and he told me when Nicolas was training with Shareef back, let's say 4 days ago before playing, he thought Shareef had a really proper chance of not only qualifying for the group stage, but getting out of the group stage because of the player switching and because of the way he left stick dribble. And it feels like Fer told me that Shareef's left stick dribbling was one of the best he's seen this year. So I do feel like he's lacking some things in defense, but if he gets that fixed, for sure he can get to the top 4.
Yeah, but also if we've seen like the match from Maka against Tex, if we remember, I think it was 7-7, 6-6. So if Shareef just continue, like how good he is in attack, I think he also can score many goals against Maka. But yeah, Maka is also really good in attack, so that will be a tough match. And you also think there will be many goals, Robson?
I do think it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be 5-5, 6-6. It's going to be one-sided, but I do think we're going to see a lot of goals because Maka's defense is good, it's decent, but Shareef's ones, I think he needs to step it up a little bit.
Back to this one now, Anders on for another 6-1. If there was any doubt, you can think again. 5-goal cushion reinstated in this quarterfinal.
It's unlucky because Van Dijk was battling with Haaland, and that's why the other player was onside. The drill pass was there, and I do think HHezerS defense wasn't bad per se, but yeah, the player switch wasn't that good, and it seems like the game, I'm not going to say it's done, but 6-1 Anders, that's a tough mountain to climb.
And can we talk about it a bit more as well, because there is a lot of people in the community asking right now, are they actually seeing Hoslu as a right back? Chance for HHezerS, big goal back for him, 6-2, still a 4-goal deficit between the two. Explain the Hoslu scenario for those that might not be aware of the meta that we're following here in the FC Pro scene.
Hoslu is he's really tall. He's 193, I think. And yeah, he got aerial plus. So you just use him as a right back to don't concede any headers from Weghorst or Haaland. I think it's a good option for Anders because it's so hard to just outplay him, to just score normal goals. And if you're not able to cross because Hoslu is on the side, you just don't have the chance like to score any headers, and this one is really important for Anders. And of course in attack he's also good. I mean, he has not the best defense stats. He got like 84, I think, something like that, and no defense play styles, I think. But he's crazy in attacking. He has good step overs and of course aerial plus.
Well, we have just kicked off that other quarter-final matchup now between Maka. Shareef. Could be an early start there. Michael comes out and grasps the ball. We'll keep you up to date with that game. As we said, we are 60 minutes in front over here, so still plenty of time to give you no doubt on both of those matches. Anders on the hunt for a 7th. Mbappe making any turn, runs into Edem Natal. A very different journey, Anders, to be to this point. I had to play 3 games to get here. It was an opening win 2 days ago against Ekman of Club Bruges, who came through the play-ins. It was a 6-3 win. And beating Nacho Bay of Real Oviedo, and yesterday took down the giant, this Johnny, to get into this quarter-final stage. We're all going to jump over now to this game. Shareef against Maka. One of them two will be continuing to write history for themselves with a spot in the semi-final. That first shot does come in, it's a corner. There goes the way of Shareef. Flick on! For a goal kick.
This all started with the left stick dribbling with HHezerS, which opened up the angle for a pass into R9. It seems like the left stick dribbling from Shareef is beautiful at the moment.
We want to hear it from you at home as well. It's clear to see where the love is coming from the stream. Saudi fans, Moroccan fans, all pushing their 2 players on to make some history today. Lofted in all the way, it goes across, out for a corner. Not sure how Weghorst didn't connect with that one. Quick corner comes in, Maka saved to the back post. Can he keep it in? Canate can. Now's the time just to move the ball back around again, to recycle it back in. Weghorst, R9 can't find anywhere past that back line.
Great press.
Shareef, but the possession still falls the way of Saudi Arabian. The NBS winner, that's how he got his ticket here to the World Championships. Little lofted pass, it should be readable for John Stones, and it will be.
One thing that's beautiful about the way Maka plays and attacks is that, he's through.
Can he beat through? Is he onside? Haaland all the time in the world. Could it be an early start for him? Yes! Just about! I thought it in the woodwork, it was about to go out, but it isn't. Casablanca's Shareef that leads by a goal to 0 in his quarterfinal, and it all came from that ball there, and it was a long ball, but Haaland just kept on running.
Yeah, I think he sent it Haaland earlier, and he played this long ball with R9. I think Abu Maka didn't expect it because R9 didn't have any play styles for long ball, so he didn't select his player early, and he didn't press R9, and Shareef just went through.
One thing I'm going to talk about is, because Umut probably won't talk about this, Umut created this meta back in 2022 with the way you were making those runs with Haaland, with the midfields, and now 2 years later, it's still OP, it's still people using it, but you discovered it, Umut. It was you, 2022.
Yeah, I was one of the guys.
Oh, just quickly, could be on for a second, cuts it back inside R9. Eventually he's defended.
I was one of the guys who used it a lot. Like, I think back in the years it was just stronger, these long balls, if you just send players. And now we got different long balls. It's more like Johnny is playing, like to send your wing back through and to just come over the lines. But I think sometimes if the opponent doesn't expect it, you can also send Haaland or R9 for a long ball. And yeah, as we see, it's just a really, really easy goal. He didn't have to do anything like special, but just easy and effective.
Maka on the hunt for a way back in this game. It was only a few weeks ago, wasn't it, where you actually played against Abu Maka in another competition.
Yeah,
in a tight game against him. I mean, what was it like playing against him? What are some of the intricacies that Abu Maka tends to have?
I think he's playing really basic. In this tournament, I played against Shareef in the round before, and then I played against Abu, and yeah, he was just doing really well. He was trying to get on his CDMs, to just pass on his strikers, and he was really good in skilling and also in
should be on side.
Oh.
So save that one was from Schmeichel.
As you were explaining the way he attacks, he did that attack. It was really close to scoring. It seems like what Abu Maka does really is fundamentals.
Yeah,
he got them right.
But we also see Davis as a centre midfielder for Abu Maka. I think, like, I've never seen that before, right?
Never.
I think he's the only one. I think he's playing left centre mid with Davis, who's also going as a left mid if Shareef has the ball. So maybe he's better in defense as a left mid.
Could make sense, yeah. And he has 99 pace, obviously.
Yeah, long
really
ball.
Quick.
There's this
but 99 dribbling as well, which probably make him a little bit agile. Midfield 3.
Nice press. This could be dangerous.
Ronaldinho and Mbappe on the left-hand side of your screen. Mbappe will try and trigger his run. I'm not sure what that was on terms of a play a lot, but then put a skill move out from Ronaldinho. He still is in possession, though. Is the Moroccan pick the player lock on perfectly? Canate well defended. Even has time to take his heads off there. Bolts mid-attack. I wouldn't risk that normally.
I mean, he's in the game for top 4, and it seems like he's playing for champs. Just throw his headset away.
Oh, ref! Kai Havertz, you are one lucky man.
Let's see if we can get a replay on that, because
it looked like a lunge grab, a long lunge.
That's poor control by Stones. That's the thing. If you're attacking with Stones, probably controls, the first time touches are going to be weak. But Davis is interesting. Reminds me of Guaran back in, let's say, last year, 2 years ago. Left-footed player in that position.
Yeah, he's just really tall. He's good in defense, and I think just everyone just plays with one fullback as offensive, and the other one is just staying back. And I think Stones is really good to just stay back, to just win tackles, to just win headers. I think he's perfect for that position.
We're going to catch the closing stage of our first quarterfinal, which is going to be concluded. It is still 6-2. There's been no difference in the scoreline. But the headline news here, Grab, that Anders was 4-0 up within 30 in-game minutes of this quarterfinal. He has not seemed phased at all by the big stage here in Berlin.
We can see if he's going to score another one. Yes, he does. That's a brilliant step over. Not only a normal step over, a directional one, but he uses them a lot and brilliantly. And I mean, it's just the way he opens up the angle. He goes for a shot. 7-2, game done and dusted. And he shushes as well.
I said yesterday that Anders was playing superb. It seems like he's somehow found another level today.
I think he's just playing like the last days. I mean, he played in the last days perfect. Now this game is perfect. And if he continue like this, I really don't know who can stop him. He's just playing crazy.
Well, 5 in-game minutes left of this one. We have heard of a big roar as well. There's been a big goal, Bongi screen. I'm sure the Moroccans that are tuned in will be going crazy because he leads by 2 goals to 0 now. What a story this is starting to become now. First year he's been able to compete. Comes through the Moroccan Iboltola League with Raja Casablanca. He had to go the long way around the play-ins, and as it stands, he could be on his way to be into a semi-final. HHezerS looking for a consolation if he can find it. Still can't find a way past Anders, but what a story there, Grab, that's building in our other game.
And if we focus about the gameplay, that was a brilliant first player lock to open up the angle, and then he went for another quick player lock into the cross, which even though it was stones against Haaland, which was placed across against placed across aerial, Haaland is just unstoppable in those situations. That's 2 goals from Haaland. The first one, which was the counter-attack, and now the header.
But you think the player lock, like the second for the cross, changed anything? You think you didn't think like he just could like cross normal without the player lock?
I think he could have crossed normally, yeah, but he did it. It was nice, it was beautiful,
Yeah.
and it worked.
And maybe it's also nice to get your fingers warm for player lock because he's using it a lot.
Well then, full-time result. And the headline news here from Berlin is we have our first semi-finalist. Handshake between the two. But it was an impressive start in the first half from Anders. An even more convincing performance as well. 7 goals to 2. And he sends himself into the semi-final stages. Let's know about